Another amazing day to create another amazing look. So this is me checking out my light, you know, to make sure everything is in place. I had a lot of issues with light on the day I recorded this video. Like, it was just going on and off. It's bright now, it's dark later. We still delivered. Okay, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are a first timer, you're welcome. If you're my old subscriber, you know how we do it. Thank you for coming back. I love you so very much. So I started off with cleansing her face as usual. Then I went ahead to brush my brows. So this is like a product review for Devala's makeup. They sent me a PR package and I used the products to work and it came out wow. It was a bomb. Every product was a bomb. Follow me through as I take you through this makeup session. So I went ahead with their serum, you know, to hydrate the face a little bit more, and I massaged into the skin properly as it should. You know how I do it. Yeah, so this serum is not compulsory. If you don't have a serum, you can work without it. Just hydrate with your setting spray and go ahead and moisturize, which is what I am doing here. So this moisturizer is from Hyperbeauty. Hyperbeauty is another brand that sent a PR package too. So I'm running a product review for Hyperbeauty and Devala. So this moisturizer is a combination of sunscreen and moisturizer. I mean, if you're looking to save cost, this is a product for you. As you can see, it's blended out and there was no white cast on it. Next, I went in with primer from Devala. This is a mattifying primer. It gets the job done. It grips the face as it should. So I concentrated on the T-zones and then the brow area, you know, places that should prone to produce oil later in the day. Concentrate your primer on those areas so you're able to, you know, get hold of the oil. Yeah, and this is the mattified face, as you can see. After which I went ahead to set my skin prep with the setting spray from Hyperbeauty. Okay, after the setting, we go in with foundation. So this foundation is from Devala, and I love this foundation. Reason being that it is blendable. It has this glow. It leaves on the face like it's a luminous foundation. Let me just put it that way. It has this glassy look after blending. And the skin match is so sweet. Just watch me. So I used this shade. I felt it was a little bit lighter, so I added a darker shade, you know, to tone it down so that we have her exact shade. I didn't want to exaggerate her color, so in order to stay on the safer side, I added this darker shade and it worked very well. So I applied the foundation all over the face and then went ahead to blend. Just watch me blend. And this is a beauty blender from Royalin. I told you this look is all about product review, these beauty blenders. Okay. And let me not talk about, just go and get yours. Whoosh! Look at this foundation match. Look at the blend. Look at the shine. If you're here to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please, this is the very right time to do that. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. So next, I went ahead with, this is their concealer palette. I used the corrector shade in this palette as blush, and it also came out as a bomb. Just watch me through as we blend. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, drop a comment, drop a like, share to your friends and families, tell someone about this page. I mean, are you not enjoying what you're seeing? I mean, if you're still here, that means you're obviously enjoying the stress. Next thing to do is, of course, is to conceal the under eyes, and this is their liquid concealer. I got 3 shades: light, medium shade, and then the very dark shade. So I went in with the lighter shade and the medium shade, you know, to highlight the under eyes and make it pop more. This concealer is buildable and is blendable as well, so it kind of dries out a little bit faster, so you have to work fast as well. The cream palette is way too creamy. It doesn't dry, so that's just the only thing I can say about the concealer, other than drying fast is a very good one. So as you can see from the video, look at the under eyes. it's well covered and it's well builded. I sure know that my voice is nothing to write home about today, but guys, you have to manage me. So I went ahead to use the darker shade of the concealer I got to contour or to define the cheekbones. You know, I placed it under the under the cheekbone, on the temple of the face, the hairline area, basically all those places that contour is needed. I know she has forehead, like, so you need to like tone it down or cover it up a little bit. Okay, the skin is giving. So I used my setting spray to set the whole face after the foundation and concealer process. Then the next thing to do is to set the whole face. This is a powder palette from Devala's Cosmetics, sorry. So I used it for the under eyes. I used the lighter shade. You can choose to use only your setting powder to do this. You can also choose to use your powder and your setting powder to do it. You can also do it with only your powder, whatever works for you. So I normally use my compact powders or palette powders to do this first, but it's not all the product that I use anyways, and then I go in with my setting powder later on. So I used brush for one of the eyes, and then I used this buffer for the other. I don't know if there was a major difference. Well, I really can't tell. I think one has a fuller coverage. I still went in with my brush anyways. Whatever works for you. You don't have to work with both tools. You can work with just the foam. You can also work with just your brush. You can work with the two, whatever works for you. So the lighter powder, I put it on all the areas I used the concealer on, you know, all the highlighted areas to make the face pop the more. Then I went ahead to set the rest of the face with her exact shade, with a powder that is her exact skin tone. I set the whole face, and that's basically it for skin work, I think. Yeah. So now I'm going to add more contour. Yeah. Anyways, I just used the dry powder. I already did the liquid contour. I used the dry powder to still go over it again. So be careful when you are contouring. You don't have to use like a very, very dark shade. If you use like a very, very dark shade, you end up adding a very deep shadow to the face, and you don't want that. Always use a shade lighter, a shade or two lighter than the person's skin tone for your contours. Then for the nose contour, one shade lighter. As you can see, I think I was mixing the two colors so that I don't give that very dark shadow to the nose area. To contour her nose wasn't that difficult because she already has this defined nose. I just followed her nose line, the bridge of her nose, and just basically did what I had to do. Other than that, there was no stress. Next in line is brows. I have a brow tutorial on my page. I'm not going to say much about the brows, just watch and see how I do my brows. Okay, subscribe if you haven't, drop a comment if you are yet to do so. Please support your girl now because Yana. Welcome back. So it's baking time. You know, you can actually skip this stage if you don't want to. I mean, if you're going for a very simple basic look, baking is not really necessary. But if you're going for a bad, very obvious glam, you have to bake. So this is baking with Merak setting powder, one of my favorite setting powders. I so much love it. Then I went ahead with eyeshadow palette from Devala as my blush. I just put it on the on the apple of the cheek. I actually forgot what I was supposed to say. On the apple of the cheek. So just put it on both sides. You can tell your model, your client to smile, so you know exactly what you're working with. A little bit on the ridge, on the tip of the nose, to bring that warmth, to bring the face together. I so much love blush. Blush is one makeup step that I will never skip for anything. Next is eyeshadow. This eyeshadow story, Oh, at this point, I think at some point they took like when I was doing the eyeshadow. So I skipped so many steps of this eyeshadow, but I still got some things for you guys to see. So after putting on your eyeshadow primer, the next thing to do, of course, is to go in with your eyeshadow. So when doing your eyeshadow, if you want your eyeshadow not to break or not to crease, see how I'm placing it. You dab, you keep dabbing, you keep building coverage until you are satisfied with the pigments that or the color that you are seeing. Keep building, keep dabbing. Don't blend. Your very first stage of eyeshadow application shouldn't be blending. It has to be dabbing, placement. You pick, you place, you pick, you place. Like I said, I skipped so many parts. It wasn't my fault. There was no light. Okay, it wasn't light. My space. I had issues with space. My phone space. Thank God for one of my students that came around. I now used her phone to complete the recording. Anyway, at this point, I had already done the eyeliner and I was trying to smudge it out. Okay, I was trying to create a smoky effect from the side of the face. So if you're doing this kind of eyes, your eyeliner should be a little bit bolder. It has a way of making the eyes smaller. Yeah. I think that's it basically. So I smudged out with the black eyeshadow and then went in with the brown as well as my transition and then blended out the black together. This is me just straightening out the eyeliner. Nothing much to see. And that was it. Next, I smudged the under eyes. I smoked the under eyes, which is very, very important. It has a way of giving this intensity or this fierce look I can never do without this. I must smudge you. Anyways, I dusted off and I think that's the only thing I got for the eyes. Next was my pigment placement. I wanted to put the pigment without the glue, but I noticed that it was going to fall off after all. So I decided to go in with the glue. This glue is also from Hyperbeauty. My pigment is from avour Cosmetics. Yes, avour Cosmetics. And lip tutorial. I know they talk. You guys just watch. Subscribe, please. Welcome back. You're still watching. Yeah. So next is blush. This blush is from Vianage Cosmetics. It's a liquid blush. No, it's a cream blush, and it does as a blush and highlights. I can say that because sometimes after using this blush, I don't have need for to add any extra highlight. That's if I want a very, very neutral, you know, mild looking. So I don't go ahead to put another highlighter, as you can see. So I did the blush and then added a little bit of the highlighting shade in the palette. It's kind of silver or ashy, I don't know, but after application you will see the shine. I don't know, can you guys see it? I can literally see it. Like, okay, have you seen that glow? So it gives a subtle highlight. That's why I like it. But so I needed more of the light. I decided to go in with my highlighter from Tehila Cosmetics, just small and small, nothing much, and you're good to go. On the apple of the on top of the blush, your highlight goes on top of the blush, always remember that. Then a little bit on the chin, then on the forehead. Next is my spray. I did not show where I now sprayed. I didn't know my camera was off. The day I will master this YouTube thing, this recording thing, I'll go to church and give testimony, because, well, but I know I'm trying. See the light setup again, it has scattered. Lip gloss, well, this is all I got, and this was the end of the look. I went ahead to install her hair and style it. Like, I didn't even plan on styling the hair. The idea came in last minute, and I did, and it came out bomb. To